and gentlemen, hello to everyone joining us today. Welcome to the Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific ITAP 21, the Digital Sandbox Program. My name is Nirmala Nayawan, and I will be your MC for today. This session is the country-focused segment of Indonesia, raising the theme of accelerating the Making Indonesia 4.0 for inclusive and sustainable industrial development. There will be insightful speeches and inspiring discussions that you won't want to miss. First, for opening remarks, let's welcome Mr. James Bowie, Executive Director of Constellar Exhibitions.
Good afternoon. A very warm welcome our honored guests from the Ministry of Industry, Republic of Indonesia. Pak Eko Chunyanto, Director General of Industrial Resilience and International Access Development. Pak Taufik Bawazi, Director General of Metal Machinery, Transportation Equipment and Electronics Industry. Pak Arus Gunawan, Head of Agency of Industrial Human Resources Development. All distinguished speakers from Telkomsel, Astra Auto Parts, UMG, IdeoLab, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. We are all aware that Indonesia has been building on a positive momentum with its Making Indonesia 4.0 master plan. To get there, all industry stakeholders need to deepen our partnership across industry players within Indonesia and in the region to enhance the manufacturing sector's competitiveness. Without further ado, let's hear from the speakers and understand the opportunities Indonesia can offer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. James Bowie, for the opening remarks. Now, for another opening remark, let's welcome Mr. Eko S.A. Cahyanto, Director General of Industrial Resilient Region and International Industrial Access, KPAII, from the Ministry of Industry.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Good afternoon, Mr. James Bowie, Executive Director, Constellar Exhibition, Dr. Taufik Bawazir, Director General of Metal Machinery, Transportation Equipment and Electronic Industry, Mr. Arus Gunawan, Head of Industrial Human Resources Development Agency, panelists of Digital Sandbox Program, participants of the Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first express my warmest welcome and sincere appreciation to all participants of the Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific 2021, the Digital Sandbox Program in particular. We could be grateful that technological disruption, digitization, provide us a prompt and timely response to the recent global pandemic. In the field of exhibition industry, we are now witnessing the shift in presentation format into the hybrid version, combining both physical offline and virtual online platform. That's why in 2021, the ITAP could again showcase the most recent technological breakthrough, addressing the challenges and providing the solution for the industry. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share with you recent update on the Indonesia macroeconomy and its industry outlook. The coronavirus pandemic has been hitting global economic performance significantly, and Indonesia is no exception with that. In 2020 was a challenging year of Indonesia. After several years of strong growth, Indonesia GDP fell 2.1% in 2020. Despite the $15 billion surplus, Indonesia total trade was 9% lower compared to that in 2019. The downturn is about to reverse as the government of Indonesia continues providing support and easing containment measures which encourage economic recovery. The first half and third quarter of 2021 saw an improvement as the economy grew 3.1% and 3.51% year-on-year, respectively. Similarly, total trade during the first 9 months of 2021 reached $237 billion, to which the Indonesian side booked $16.7 billion surplus. Despite the disrupted demand, supply and logistic network globally, as well as domestic restriction on community activities, manufacturing industry strive to operate and remain the key driver to the Indonesian economy, as illustrated by 19.29% share of the Indonesian GDP during the second quarter of 2021. The Indonesia Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, or PMI, also jumped to 57.2 in October, citing a significant expansion in the production activity and well ahead of regional peers. Utilization rate across industrial sector saw an improvement in August by 64.1% compared to 61.2% in July, when the restriction was started. Along with the ease in COVID-19 situation, all these improvements, in part due to various policy measures which has been undertaken in a bid to ensure smooth economic activity. Minister of Industry, for instance, released Circular Letter Number 5, Year 2021, which rules about the implementation of health protocol for industries, recommendation on the use of Peduli Lindungi application for industries, as well as mandatory report concerning the operation and mobility on industrial activity. Ladies and gentlemen, the recent pandemic has also reshaped the way manufacturing industry operates, as in the meantime, digital transformation. In particular, implementing the 4.0 technologies is becoming common practice to the industry. Digital transformation becomes the new norm, and it is a must for the industry in order to address the disruption happened due to the pandemic. This, of course, is paving the way, giving the momentum for an accelerated implementation of our Making Indonesia 4.0 initiative across 7 priority sectors: food and beverages, textile and apparel, automotive, chemicals, electronics, medical equipment, and pharmaceuticals, to which the country aspires to be a part of global top 10 economic by 2030. In order to reach that aspiration, Indonesia has set 10 national priorities, ranging from reform material flow to re-optimize regulation and policies. In a similar way, capabilities in acquiring 4.0 skills would be a greater importance should Indonesia want to climb the human resources competence ladder. It is therefore, in ITAP 2021, Indonesia would highlight and showcase recent progress on implementing Making Indonesia at company level. And a teaser to the Center of Digital Industry 4.0, or Pusat Industri Digital Indonesia, which is a digital manufacturing learning center helping companies advance their operation, design, and productivity at the entire value chain. Distinguished guests, with stepping up capabilities in Industry 4.0 as the ITAP driving theme, I believe ITAP will continue its role in driving the industrial transformation in Asia-Pacific region, in particular, the journey towards navigating the fourth industrial revolution. Moreover, ITAP 2021 will open the world industry view of Indonesia's great potential in establishing partnership toward Industry 4.0. Similarly, the participation will be the best opportunity for Indonesia to benchmark the newest technology. Finally, let ITAP 2021 be an avenue where all industrial stakeholders in the region connect and collaborate, addressing the most recent challenges in industry, which eventually deliver the inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Eko S.A. Cahyanto, for the opening remarks. Next, we have a keynote speech about digital transformation at the Ilmate segment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Taufik Bawazir, Director General of Metal, Machinery, Transportation, Equipment and Electronics, Ilmate, of the Ministry of Industry.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, Salam Sejahtera. Honorable Mr. James Boy, Executive Director, Consular Exhibition, our college, high official from the Ministry of Industry, Mr. Fadli Hamsani, General Manager of PT Telkomsel, Mr. Hamdani Zulkarnain, President Director of PT Astra Auto Parts, Mr. Alexander Ludi, Head of Collaboration, UMG ID Lab, all the distinguished guests. Good day, may you be in good health and spirit today. First of all, let us praise and thanks the Almighty God for all His grace and gift, so that we can attend the Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific ITAP 2021 with the theme of accelerating the Making Indonesia 4.0 for inclusive and sustainable industrial development. This event is very important for Indonesia to enter digital era and the climate change developments. Indonesia participation in the ITAP 2021 is a positive sign of the recovery of our national industry after the pandemic COVID-19. Hopefully, this event can attract investment and increase export for our national interests. The performance of manufacturing sector in Indonesia has increased quite rapidly in the last few months. In the second quarter of 2021, industrial growth reached 6.91%, which ultimately boosted Indonesia economic growth. The industrial sector still provides the largest contribution to the national gross domestic product (GDP) throughout the second quarter of 2021, reaching 19.87%. The Purchasing Manager Index value of Indonesia in October 2021 also increased to 57.2 as an indication that the industrial sector has a high confidence towards the future of our national economic prospects. Making Indonesia 4.0 is the government national strategic initiative, which aims at making Indonesia the top 10 of the world economy by 2030, with aspiration of industrial net export contribution of 10% of GDP, 2 times the productivity to cost ratio, and research and development expenditure of 2% of GDP. There are 7 major industrial sectors to be developed, including the food and beverage industry, textile and fashion industry, automotive industry, chemical industry and electronic industry, medical equipment industry, and pharmaceutical industry, which is expected to contribute at least 70% of total manufacturing GDP, 65% of manufacturing export, and 60% of industrial workforce. Ministry of Industry has set 10 national priorities for the implementation of Making Indonesia 4.0, which are reform material flow, redesign industrial zones, embrace sustainability, empower small-medium enterprise, build digital infrastructure, attract foreign investment, upgrade human capital, establish innovation ecosystem, incentive for research and development, and optimize regulation and policy. All the distinguished guests, one of the priority sector for Making Indonesia 4.0 is automotive industry, which currently has 2.35 million unit production capacity, while Indonesia is the largest automotive market in Southeast Asia. Automotive industry in our country also export almost 300,000 units motor vehicle to various countries in 2021. Ministry of Industry also established several major programs regarding Making Indonesia 4.0, among others: assessment and assistance regarding Industry 4.0, Readiness Index, INDI 4.0, which is a reference to measure the level of readiness of company toward transformation into Industry 4.0. And then the improvement of resource capability regarding Industry 4.0 at the top floor level. The government and all related stakeholders have developed National Work Competency Standard, SKKNI, of Industrial Transformation 4.0, as well as conduct, training, and certification of Industry Transformation Manager 4.0, both for engineer and maintenance person. While at the shop floor level, we compile SKKNI Lean Manufacture and provide a training for trainer, digital lean manufacture automatization. Nevertheless, the transformation into Industry 4.0 is still faced with a number of challenges as reflected by the result of Industry 4.0, Readiness Index Indy 4.0 assessment of 481 companies. The results showing that Indonesia manufacturing industry is at an early and moderate level of readiness, where the organization, people, cultural became the main challenge. In the electronic industry, the government is trying to enhance the development of consumer electronic industry, such as household appliance industry, smartphone industry, and computer industry. On the other hand, we also encourage the digital technology provider in Indonesia to grow and compete globally. Furthermore, Ministry of Industry also focus on building 5G ecosystem with the various policy such as local content regulation and incentive, and initiate the collaboration between educational institution and Technopark with the domestic vendor. With this strategy, we hope to accelerate and digital transformation in manufacturing sector. All the distinguished guests, by 2030, the government is targeting Indonesia to become a production base for motor vehicle, both internal combustion engine and electrified vehicle. With domestic and export as the target market, the government and all stakeholders are optimistic that by 2025, the export of motor vehicle will able to reach 1 million units. Thus, we believe that Indonesia will become one of the major nations in automotive industry. In addition, Indonesia has the largest nickel reserve globally and control almost 30% of nickel production to date. This is a valuable capital for Indonesia to become an important player in lithium industry and electric vehicle industry. Indonesia also has stipulated electric vehicle development roadmap through Ministry of Industry Regulation number 27, year 2020, regarding technical specification, electric vehicle roadmap, and local content calculation. All our distinguished guests. Therefore, we use this opportunity to invite all stakeholders to work together in order to accelerate the transformation of Industry 4.0, especially in automotive and electronic industry. Hopefully, all the participants can gain important experience during this event and strengthen the competitiveness of Indonesia manufacturing industry in the long term. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Taufik Bawazir, for the insightful keynote speech. Up next is a keynote speech entitled PD 4.0, Unleashing the Digital Transformation Potential for Indonesian Manufacturing Industry. Our esteemed guests, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Arus Gunawan, Head of Industrial Human Resource Development Industry, or BPSDMI, of the Ministry of Industry.
Selamat siang, hadirin yang saya hormati. Pada tahun 2018, Presiden Republik Indonesia telah meluncurkan Making Indonesia 4.0. Melalui Making Indonesia 4.0, diharapkan Indonesia akan menjadi top 10 ekonomi global dengan net ekspor mencapai 10% dari PDB, meningkatkan produktivitas industri hingga 2 kali lipat, dan membangun kemampuan inovasi lokal dengan meningkatkan alokasi pembiayaan R&D mencapai 2% dari PDB. Untuk mencapai aspirasi tersebut, telah ditetapkan 10 prioritas nasional dalam peta Jalan Making Indonesia 4.0. Antara lain, perbaikan aliran material dan barang, desain ulang zona industri, akomodasi standar-standar berkelanjutan, pemberdayaan IKM, membangun infrastruktur digital nasional, menarik minat investasi asing, peningkatan kualitas SDM, pembangunan ekosistem inovasi, insentif untuk investasi teknologi, dan harmonisasi aturan dan kebijakan. Untuk mengakselerasi implementasi Making Indonesia 4.0, Kementerian Perindustrian telah mengidentifikasi dan memilih 5 sektor Making Indonesia 4.0 berdasarkan dampak yang akan dihasilkan dan kemudahan implementasinya. Kelima sektor tersebut adalah industri makanan dan minuman, tekstil dan pakaian jadi, otomotif, kimia, dan elektronik. Yang kelimanya memberikan kontribusi mencapai 70% terhadap PDB industri, 65% ekspor industri, dan 60% tenaga kerja sektor industri manufaktur. Dengan adanya pandemi COVID-19 sejak awal tahun 2020, Kementerian Perindustrian juga menambahkan fokus akselerasi pada sektor industri farmasi dan alat kesehatan. Hadirin yang saya hormati, kajian yang dilakukan oleh McKinsey pada tahun 2019 menunjukkan bahwa implementasi Industri 4.0 memberikan peluang yang signifikan berupa peningkatan PDB sampai dengan 120 miliar dolar pada tahun 2025. Peningkatan produktivitas mencapai 40 hingga 70% pada tahun 2025. Serta penciptaan lebih kurang dari 20 juta pekerja baru pada tahun 2030. Namun demikian, implementasi Industri 4.0 di Indonesia masih memiliki beberapa tantangan, yaitu masih rendahnya tingkat adopsi Industri 4.0, hanya 21% dari total industri, dan sebanyak 79% diantaranya masih terjebak dalam tahapan uji coba tanpa melakukan scale up. Selain itu, untuk mendorong terwujudnya implementasi Industri 4.0 terhadap tantangan reskilling dan upskilling tenaga kerja mencapai 6 hingga 29 juta pekerja pada tahun 2030. Hadirin yang saya hormati, sebagai wadah aktivitas percepatan transformasi digital di Indonesia, Kementerian Perindustrian sebagai leading sektor juga tengah membangun Center of Digital Industry 4.0 atau PD 4.0. PD 4.0 memiliki visi sebagai solusi satu atap penerapan Industri 4.0 di Indonesia dan jendela Industri 4.0 untuk dunia. Dengan visi tersebut, PD 4.0 memiliki dan menjalankan 5 fungsi, yaitu showcase center sebagai tempat untuk melihat dan merasakan secara langsung penerapan dan proses transformasi Industri 4.0. Capability Center untuk membangun keahlian Industri 4.0 dari level manager hingga operator dengan metode reskilling dan upskilling. Ekosistem untuk membangun jejaring stakeholder Industri 4.0 yang saling mendukung, transfer skill and knowledge industri, lembaga keuangan, lembaga riset, universitas, dan komunitas. Delivery Center bertujuan membangun dan mendampingi perusahaan dalam adopsi atau transformasi Industri 4.0 dari asesmen hingga implementasi dan mengembangkan atau scale up. Engineering and EI Center bertujuan untuk memfasilitasi jaringan riset terapan antara perusahaan dan lembaga riset sekaligus menyediakan testbed untuk pengujian penerapan teknologi baru. Hadirin yang saya hormati, pada pilar pertama, desain konseptual untuk showcase diarahkan untuk industri makanan dan minuman serta otomotif dari industri tier 1 di Indonesia. Pada showcase ini akan menunjukkan bagaimana teknologi dapat menciptakan efisien dan meningkatkan produktivitas pada lini produksi. Pilar kedua adalah capabilities building yang merupakan pilar peningkatan kompetensi bagi GOX, manager, engineer, dan pekerja dari industri. Capability building akan memiliki campuran teori dan latihan pengalaman langsung untuk meningkatkan retensi pembelajaran, dan learning track meliputi topik spesifik dengan poin-poin yang ada di industri. Pilar ketiga adalah ekosistem. Melalui pilar ini akan ditawarkan akses dan jaringan eksklusif ekosistem industri 4.0 serta rintisan kerjasama untuk ekosistem industri 4.0 meliputi institusi dari dalam maupun luar negeri, mulai dari industri user, teknologi provider, service provider, akselerator, institusi pendidikan, dan lembaga lead bank. Pilar keempat adalah delivery center. Melalui pilar ini PD 4.0 akan mendampingi perusahaan dalam perjalanan transformasi dari tahap discover sampai dengan pengembangan atau scale up melalui layanan field and forum serta portal do it yourself untuk self help bagi perusahaan. Pada pilar terakhir adalah engineering dan EI Center. Terdapat dua kegiatan utama dalam pilar ini, yaitu riset brokers dan testbed. Hadirin yang berbahagia, PD 4.0 berlokasi di Permata Hijau, Jakarta Selatan dan beroperasi pada tahun 2021. Selain itu, PD 4.0 memiliki beberapa satelit yang terbaik di Politeknik sekolah di bawah Badan Pengembangan Sumber Daya Manusia Industri atau BBSDMI. Yang pertama, Politeknik Industri Tekstil ST3 Bandung untuk pembuatan smart apparel. Yang kedua, Politeknik Manufaktur Atip Makassar untuk advance manufaktur. Politeknik Industri Furniture dan Pengolahan Kayu di Kendal untuk pembuatan custom dari furniture. Politeknik Industri Kulit ATK Yogyakarta untuk pembuatan sepatu, dan Politeknik Industri Bidang Otomotif STMI Jakarta untuk pembuatan komponen otomotif. Dengan adanya satelit PD 4.0 ini, berbagai daerah dan bidang keahlian diharapkan target akselerasi transformasi industri 4.0 yang ditetapkan pada 5 pilar PD dapat tercapai dalam waktu yang lebih cepat. Selain itu, Kementerian Perindustrian juga mendorong beberapa industri yang telah ditetapkan sebagai Global Lighthouse dan National Lighthouse Industri 4.0 untuk berperan aktif sebagai satelit PD dan mendorong dan membantu perusahaan industri lainnya dalam implementasi Industri 4.0, yaitu Schneider Electronic Manufacture Batam dan Petrosi Tbk sebagai Global Lighthouse yang ditetapkan oleh WEF pada tahun 2019 dan 3 National Lighthouse yang ditetapkan Kementerian Perindustrian pada tahun 2020, yaitu PT Pupuk Kaltim, PT Indolakto Purwasari, dan PT Akebono Break Astra. Hadirin yang saya hormati, demikianlah beberapa hal yang ingin saya sampaikan dengan kesempatan Digital Sandbox ITAP 2021. Saya mengajak dan mengundang para pelaku usaha industri, teknologi provider, service provider, dan seluruh stakeholder industri 4.0 untuk bergabung dan kontribusi aktif dalam mengakselerasi transformasi industri 4.0 di Indonesia melalui PD 4.0.
Welcome to the video tour of the Digital Industry Building Center 4.0 or PD 4.0. The PD 4.0 building is located in Permata Hijau, South Jakarta. This building was built with 8 floors equipped with the best facilities to support related institution functions. That will help the industries in Indonesia transform into the 4.0 industrial era. On the first floor of the building, there are facilities for the Factory 4.0 model for food and beverage, packaging design, and also the Factory 4.0 model for automotive and mechanical engineering technology. This is what the lobby and factory model looks like on the first floor. On the second floor of the building, there are standard Tier 3 data center facilities and a command center, which are all to support the operation of PD 4.0. The third floor of the building is used as a research service center equipped with 5 laboratories, namely Automation F&B Laboratory, Advanced Supply Chain Laboratory, Additive Manufacturing Laboratory, and Automation Electronic and Automotive Laboratory. On the fourth floor, PD provides space for several services such as test beds for quality parts and microelectronics controllers, brokerage research, as well as certification practices and skill assessments. To support the development of strong Industrial 4.0 human resources, PD 4.0 provides an integrated training and learning center that can accommodate up to 700 participants. This is the atmosphere in one of the PD 4.0 training rooms. As an ecosystem center, PD 4.0 also provides the 6th floor as a partnership working space for members of the PD 4.0 ecosystem and also Lighthouse Industry 4.0 in Indonesia. This is an office space atmosphere that is equipped with complete, comfortable, modern, and standard facilities. The 7th floor is the Management and Operational Office of the PD 4.0 building. Office spaces designed to optimize productivity at work but suitable for the following periods. This is the Management and Operational Office of PD 4.0 looks like on the 7th floor. Finally, on the 8th floor of the building, PD 4.0 provides co-working space facilities for industrial startup players combined with a breakout center as a place to relax, eat, and rest. This is the atmosphere of a breakout center and co-working space. The video tour of the PD 4.0 building has ended. See you on another occasion. Thank you.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang.
Thank you, Mr. Arus Gunawan, for the insightful keynote speech. Next is a plenary panel discussion, raising the topic of how is Industry 4.0 driving value proposition in Indonesia manufacturing sector. Our first speaker will talk about the digital transformation in Indonesia and 5G technology. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Fadli Hamsani, General Manager IoT of PT Telekomunikasi Seluler.
Hello everyone, thank you very much to having me on this Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific sharing session. Here, my name is Fadli. I'm General Manager of Industrial IoT Telkomsel Indonesia. Today, I will share with you about the digital transformation in Indonesia and also talk about the 5G. How is the 5G become a future key enabler of acceleration digital transformation solution in Indonesia. So I will share my screen. Let me share my screen here. Okay. All right. So as we know that in Indonesia, our government, our president of Joko Widodo, launching Making Indonesia 4.0 since 4 April 2018. This is a consideration that the government is really focused on accelerating the transformation. So, and after that, on August 2020, it's a really clear message from our presidents saying that we need to accelerate our digital transformation journey. It's the impact of the pandemic COVID-19 and the request that we need to improve and we need to make the infrastructure is ready and we need to giving more, encourage awareness to the senior leaders to understand more why we need to accelerate our digital transformation journey in Indonesia. So if we see on the really concern of the government in terms of the action plan having done on the Making Indonesia 4.0 achievement, again, to accelerate the digital transformation in industry. So the government, with the Ministry of Industry, with all the industry in Indonesia, especially for the 5 priority sector, to create what we call the Industry 4.0 Readiness Index Assessment. So this is the things that initially is done by the Ministry of Industry in Indonesia. And after that, we conducting together the assessment of Industry 4.0 for several of industry from the 5 segment priority. What is that? The 5 segment priority. First is the electronic, automotive industry, petrochemical is a chemical industry, and then is a textile industry, and food and bev industry. So this is a 5 priority at the beginning. And after that, during the pandemics, the government seeing that need to have another 2 additional. It is the pharmacy, and the last not least is medical equipment. So today we have in Indonesia 7 priority sector that we need to focus on digital transformation in industry. Not only that, in Indonesia, the government start to create what we call the capability center, which is in this capability center, we have 5 pillars that will be bring more and more digital transformation acceleration in industry. And also, last not least, is the government start to create what we call the ecosystem industry 4.0. So from that focus that we have in Indonesia in terms of the digital transformation situation, that the government giving the recognition and appreciation to several industry that they start to create and launch their journey of the digital transformation. They start to implement the solution of the IoT, they start to implement some solution related to the cloud computing, augmented reality, and virtual reality until the digital twin that it will be producing the productivity, efficiency, and sustainability on their industry. And from that achievement, the government giving the Industry 4.0 award, several of the industry will be recognized as a role model, getting the National Lighthouse Award from the Ministry of Industry. But not only from that, the industry from Indonesia also growing to the global. We can talk like Schneider and Petrosi is recognized as one of the advanced manufacturing industry from the World Economic Forum since 2019. So from this, we can feel that the digital transformation journey in Indonesia is growing more and more. And not only for that, the government, as what I said before, is preparing and developing what we call the Pusat Industri Digital Indonesia 4.0. In this PD is a Pusat Industri Digital Indonesia 4.0. In this PD 4.0, the government set up 5 pillars. The first pillar is the showcase. The second pillar is the capability center. The third pillar is the ecosystem, and then delivery center, and the last not least is the engineering and AI center. What is this Pusat Industri Digital Indonesia? The Pusat Industri Digital Indonesia, or what we call PD 4.0, is a center. So all the stakeholders like academic, research center, the government, financial actor, technology provider, and also the government will come to one center, what we call PD 4.0. And from this, we can accelerate our digital transformation in the country, because we will showcasing food and bev and also the automotive industry in this showcase center. And then also we will conduct some training for the manager, for the transformation manager, also the training for the engineer, training for the technician in the technical level, how they can utilize all the technology Industry 4.0 on their enterprise or on their industry. So the next point is about the ecosystem. So the government trying to make the digital transformation ecosystem, like what I said before, it will be consist of the technical provider or technology provider, the financial actor, the industry as a core, after that the government, the consultant, and also the academic and R&D. This ecosystem, Industry 4.0, that created by the government here will be accelerate the digital transformation journey in Indonesia. So this is a part of the collaboration between the industry itself and also the government and all the stakeholders to accelerate our digital transformation in Indonesia. So now, when we see this is a focus, and you see already several of industry, they start to implement the key technology of Industry 4.0. Even they get the recognition from the government, they get the recognition from the World Economic Forum. And what is the next? So what we are seeing today in Indonesia is about how we can utilize the data more to giving more efficiency, more productivity and sustainability, and more value for the enterprise itself. So we try to introduce the benefit of the 5G itself. So what is in our mind for the future? In our mind for the future is more and more we will talk about the massive deployment of the IoT, massive deployment of the AI, massive deployment of the edge computing, and the 5G will be part of the potential accelerator of the enabling this digital transformation journey in Indonesia. So when we see about that, what is the gap? What is the difference? What is the benefit if we talk about the 4G and 5G? As we know that the 5G will be help us to bring more fast. After that also, when we have the massive connectivity, we require the data slicing and all these things. And when we talk about the augmented reality, virtual reality, more computer vision application and video analytics on the factory or on the industry, so we will require in the future of the 5G. So by this, we can see also that 5G is a foundational to the next step. And we know that we require more enhanced the mobile broadband. We require more the mission to critical services, not only in the vertical integration, but also in the horizontal integration, massive Internet of Things deployment. So this is something that will be required in the future. And it will be something that required in Indonesia to deploy more and more massive implementation of the IoT and AI. So the 5G use case for industry can start from the broadband and media everywhere. Like what I mentioned before, that not only in the vertical integration, but also in the horizontal integration. We are starting also to connect several horizontal integration in the large business industry in Indonesia. Talk about the smart vehicle and transportation, the command center, the control tower, the best routing of the transportation, and all these kind of the 5G use case for industry that can help them. The human-machine interaction, the sensor network, critical control of the remote devices, critical services, and infrastructure control, which is we cannot avoid to deploy and implement in the future of the smart factory. So it's really clear that the 5G is needed in the smart factory. So why? Again, it will be bring faster to download, to upload, to respond from application that have then require the low latency in the industry. The sensor will become even more widespread, more responsive, and the business will be able to react to the information in the real time. This is a need. So that's why the 5G is one of the key enabling that will be accelerate the massive digital transformation in the future. The real-time control of the video analytic, augmented reality, autonomous robotic are the main technology that will be drive computing capacity to the local edge. The local edge will be a vital intermediary between the endpoint and the core of the IT and OT infrastructure. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we can share several activities that in Indonesia we are collaborate together between the digital telco company like us in Telkomsel and also the smart manufacturing application. We believe that with 5G, the machine will talk to each other. The machine and machine communication will be massively deployed to support on the augmented reality activity, to support for the efficiency, to support on the smart glasses activity, for the reliability, a remote assistant, and also the smart AGV for the material process handling in the shop floor, for the productivity, cybersecurity, and the last not least about the computer vision and AI system that will be required more and more to improve the quality. So here is some use cases that you can see. You know, where is the 5G and where is the IoT smart manufacturing will be deployed on the vertical integration, smart warehouse, asset performance, predictive maintenance, and the others of the solution that will be deployed and can be bring more and more solution for the digital transformation journey. The last from me is like what I said before, the solution that we're trying to provide and to support the end-to-end supply chain, not only for the vertical integration, but also for the horizontal integration to bring more impact and benefit to create more revenue from the digital transformation journey. Not only talk about the smart factory, but also talk about the asset performance, talk about the control tower, talk about the network readiness on the shop floor itself. But don't forget, talk about the workforce 4.0. We need to help the employee to get the upskilling, reskilling, and shifting using the technology by the VR, workload analysis, and asset tracker if it's necessary for several industry. So we believe that every company is a digital company. And we believe as 5G is one of the enabler platform for the other innovation, because we know that the massive IoT, mobile edge computing, network slicing, and enhance the mobile broadband will be coming to us soon. And by this conclusion, what we want to share here is that Indonesia is ready and now start to have the digital transformation journey. Why and how we do this? Because we try to identify what is the pain point of the shop floor management and what is the in the center of the production activity, in the maintenance, in the warehouse, in the utility, and in the engineering. But it's not only in the vertical integration, but we're looking forward also to solve the pain point that happening in the horizontal integration. What is the key of the Industry 4.0 is the integration. The integration have two principles, is robustness design and the seamless connectivity. That's why the connectivity is a part of the key success on the digital transformation journey in Indonesia. Digital transformation is not a project, it's a new strategy. We need more and more collaboration because Industry 4.0 is not a destination, it's a journey of process. Thank you very much and see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Fadli Hamzani, for the amazing presentation. Our next topic is about the journey of digital transformation. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Hamdani Zulkarnain Salim, President Director of PT Astra Auto Parts Tbk.
Astra Auto Parts is the largest automotive parts manufacturing and trading company in Indonesia. Established in 1976, we continue to grow to become a superior and qualified business entity. With 54 business units, consists of our own divisions, subsidiaries, and associate companies. We supply components to all OEMs that have domestic production as well as aftermarket business. Currently, we have 57 plants located in Greater Jakarta, West Java, and Central Java, with more than 30,000 employees. In order to achieve Astra Auto Parts' vision to become a world-class auto parts supplier, partner of choice in Indonesia with excellent engineering competence, Astra Auto Parts has a workshop for industrial equipment division, or WINTEC, which focus on producing special purpose machinery, assisting in the design and implementation of automation, and smart factory in the manufacturing business line to fit the Industry 4.0. Astra Auto Parts is also equipped with Engineering Development Center division as a product development center, facilitates with a testing system as well as the manufacturing of dies and mold. As a player in automotive component industry, adapting latest technology that appropriate for the business, is a must to ensure competitiveness for long-term sustainability. We always need to improve our quality, cost, and delivery level, and also our productivity. And implementing digital transformation through adopting Industry 4.0 is one of the latest solutions to increase our productivity and efficiency to ensure business sustainability. Astra Auto Parts actively embraces this idea with initiatives across all business units to be implemented through fit-to-purpose enabling technology in many areas of the business process in each affiliated company. This initiative is controlled systematically by top management to ensure that all the implementation can positively contribute to the increasing of performance. We also have WinTech to facilitate all companies within Astra Auto Parts Group in implementing Industry 4.0, starting from developing the roadmap up to implementation and productivity measures.
Smart Factory is our platform to embrace Industry 4.0 era in component parts manufacturing industries. In general, automation and effective entrance to integrate shop floor, both horizontal and vertical, started with generate information from existing data. Automation is beyond shop floor area. It also means generic data lake for further connectivity and digitalization, and has direct impact for some leading indicator in manufacturing. Data visualization is the first step for system monitoring. Production parameters are shown in production floor as achievement information and alert system. It is enabling the information flow from shop floor to top floor. To manage variety level of machine connectivity, we also providing effective solution, WinTech OEE SmartBox. Simply plug and play device for conventional controller can be effective solution for your data integration. Toward world theme for green energy, WinTech also provide energy monitoring system. Energy consumption for each part produce and generate insight of energy inefficiency will be product advantage for users, especially decision maker. Alongside of tangible benefit, WinTech also provide product that create digital experience for users side. For example, virtual reality becoming new efficient method for elevating value to enhance competency in digital way. It also changed behavior of maintaining asset digitalization of maintenance easily started by augmented reality. That is what we call as smart maintenance. WinTech, preferable partner for your Industry 4.0 journey.
Internally, we separated the level of maturity into 5 stages. Start from zero, then continue to preparation or piloting, then continue to partial implementation, follows with implemented within the factory, and finally implemented among the supply chain. Some of the companies in Astra Auto Parts Group show a progressive implementation of Industry 4.0 technology by increasing maturity level since 2 years ago. Furthermore, one of Astra Auto Parts Group, PT Akebono Brake Astra Indonesia, has been appointed as the National Lighthouse by the Ministry of Industry. Another company under Astra Auto Parts Group that is prepared for the next lighthouse is PT Astra Component Indonesia.
With IoT, production process can be much easier. In the past, we did all process manually and difficult to take quick action due to data is not real time. And now, after we apply IoT on our production line, data can be seen or checked real time. And impact is, we can know current process performance and take quick action immediately if any abnormalities. And the result, in 2020, we can increase productivity our process 15%.
With 54 affiliated companies and divisions, of course, Astra Auto Parts Group has a different business challenge, different partners, and different cultures. And with that situation, not every business unit may reach the same level of maturity, and implementation has a different speed and also different results. Data quality and readiness is also crucial. One of the earliest benefits of Industry 4.0 implementation is data transparency and real-time data for analysis. This enables us to do deeper analysis and open new opportunities for improvements, especially at the later stage. So Industry 4.0 brings entirely new capabilities from the operation sides that allow them to respond faster to critical situations and improve on multiple key performance indicators. We have identified key success factors for successful Industry 4.0 implementations. Some success factors of this initiative are: first is the management commitment. The implementation of Industry 4.0 technology requires commitment and consistency from high-level management. This is because the digital transformation should be inherent in company strategy with integrated initiative. Thus, the investment cost spent by the company can be justified. Second is the business case. Implementing Industry 4.0 is not only for the sake of implementing the latest technology, but should have a result in a positive contribution to company performance. The increase in productivity, efficiency, or lower line stock or lower inventory are examples of return that can be achieved after implementation. A solid business case is required before each automation or digitalization implementation. Third is about the technology selection. There are many kinds of enabling technology can be used for implementing Industry 4.0. The main challenge is to choose the simplest and most fit to purpose technology based on business flow. The new technologies such as augmented reality, virtual reality, collaborative robots, cloud computing, Internet of Things, etc. can bring optimum impact in several indicators of manufacturing. But the digital transformation managers should be able to analyze and implement with technology that bring optimum impact in short and long-term implementation. Fourth is the tools and guidelines. To measure readiness and maturity in internal Astra Auto Parts Group, we are using standard tools from government and our internal tools. For readiness index, we are using INDI 4.0 to all affiliated company. And to measure index maturity, we are using our own tools tailored based on our shop floor. We also set up a generic roadmap for implementation and library of improvement measures as a reference to help all units overcome points number 2 and number 3 above. Lastly, it's about the people. Industry 4.0 is a journey, so it will take time and systematic approach in the implementation. This only can happen if sense of belonging from all of the employees are built. Through creation of digital experience, the process of shifting, reskilling, and upskilling of employees' competence will be accelerated.
Thank you, Mr. Hamdani Zulkarnain Salim, for the insightful presentation. Next, we'll raise the topic of navigating the 4.0 era, identifying opportunities and creating innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our speaker, Mr. Alexander Ludi Epifanianto, Head of Collaboration, UMG Idea Lab, Indonesia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Welcome to this ITAP Singapore exhibition. Thank you very much once again for Ministry of Industry for inviting us to be here in this special occasion. My name is Alexander Ludi. I'm the head of UMG Idea Lab Indonesia. It's a technology venture builder to prosper with nations. Our idea based on 3 pillars, our main concepts. First is to help to fight against the climate change. Second, to reduce the gap of inequality in income. And third is to help strengthen the SME to export globally. Here, I'm with one of our exhibitor, one of our product actually, virtual reality, is made in Bantul in Jogja. And we bring also several others like drone startups. We have also some product in IoTs, cyber securities, and some also in health tech startups. And one of the important is robotics and automatization. I do hope you visit our booth in Indonesian Pavilion, and let's talk and discuss about collaboration and partnership with us. Thank you again and enjoy the exhibition. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander Ludi Epifanianto, for an inspiring presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you all enjoyed this session. This concludes the Indonesia Focus segment of ITAP 21. We appreciate you all for joining us, and we hope this session brings insight and inspiration towards accelerating the Making Indonesia 4.0 for inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Thank you.